Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry about everything that has just occurred. So it looks like there was a glitch out with the lobby, and I got glitched out multiple times, and the router, and everything. So I do apologize for the inconvenience of my internet issues. However, it looks like we're back at it. It looks like we're all set to start this race off. We just missed out on qualifying. However, I can actually tell you how the standings went. Hey Mason, how you doing? Again, guys, sorry about the inconvenience of the connectivity issues that I've been experiencing, and with that black screen that I tried to stream earlier, it just popped up again, and I do apologize again for that. There's nothing really I could have done on my end. However, with qualifying being over, we're gonna go straight into the race. So we're just waiting for everyone to load into the lobby and get everything sorted. So again, guys, thank you for understanding, and thank you for having patience with us. However, I can tell you how the qualifying went. So, getting the fastest lap is going to be Lucifer Shahid in the Mercedes with a 116.386. Then we had AFS Natty in second with a 116.592. In third, we had Craigie with a 116.854. With Polovsky in fourth with a 116.931. And after that, that makes up the front two rows. Then we have T. De Silva in fifth. Then we had Baguette in sixth. Man, I wish I did not miss it. The one time I miss it is when Paige gets into the top 10. But yeah, so Baguette will be starting in sixth place. In seventh, we have Monster. In seventh we have Monster. Then in eighth we have Mason. Ninth is going to be Mark 7 God. 10th is going to be Dalmore. 11th is going to be Chaos Druid. 11th is going to be Tilmo, Villeneuve in 13th. 14th is going to be Mellow Space. 15th is going to be Artistic Genius. 16th is going to be Hosu. Panaman looks like he had a little bit of a glitch again on his end. Currently in 17th. Then we have DNT Blitz, then Voice of Chris, and then Yanin rounding up the back end. So we actually have a full grid here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting for people to join in. Let me just type this in real quick. So But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready for the race start. Hosu's first name is Nico. Okay, thank you so much for that, Mason. So Nico, we actually said that Nico was in 16th with a 120.783. But I do gotta say, at the front of the grid, we actually had Monster did his lap time on the set of mediums with a 117.277, and then Mason with a 117.278. So it was 1,000th of a second separate those two drivers. And yep, there is Monster P7 on mediums. I'm very happy. McLaren P4. Yep, I saw that. Pilovsky or Alex Pello. Good to see you. I'm just waiting on, I think we're waiting on one more person to join, and then we can get this party, we can get this race started. I'm still waiting on, yeah, it wasn't working for me till I closed app. Yep, so guys, if you are having troubles with the disconnect, well, having troubles by reconnecting to the lobby, you have to restart the app. Or if you're having my problems, you'll have to restart the app, restart the router, restart the computer, restart everything. Tried to log in, couldn't get the screen to load up for you to actually log in. You couldn't get everything like that. So throughout all the qualifying, I was panicking, just trying to get everything sorted. Hey Craigie, how you doing, my man? Good to see you in the chat as well. But yeah, guys. But let's actually get a quick brief description of the Hungaro Ring, where we find ourselves here tonight for Tier 3. So the first ever Grand Prix here at this 14 corner track was back in 1986, where we're looking at around 35 laps of racing here tonight. 4.381 kilometers long. Set up the Hungary ring with a race distance of 153 kilometers, the current lap record from Lewis Hamilton back in 2020 with a 1:16.627. So let's see if any of these drivers can actually match up to that or improve on it. Voice of Chris, let's go, bro, let's go. Hey, buddy, gonna be crazy. How you doing, Villeneuve? Top racers here in Equator says, and I could not agree with you more. These guys in Tier 3, Tier 2, and Tier 1, all of these drivers, extraordinary in these scenes. Love, love, love to see it. Just getting ready for a few more drivers to connect in. We're waiting on Panda Man Gaming to connect in, and again, guys, I do want to say sorry for the inconvenience. There was like a lot of issues going on with the races, with the lobby. I couldn't reconnect to continue spectating. And are we making a new lobby? Not too sure if we're making a new lobby or not, because Owen hosts, so the America/Europe connection isn't a problem. Yep, so that works. Okay, there we go. So let's do this. It's all good now. Thank you so much, Chaos Series, for understanding, guys. Thank you all for understanding, because I was going through a huge meltdown. Natty, perfect, like last week. Well, we'll have to wait and see from Natty. We actually had a few drivers here that were in Tier 2, actually Paige being one of them, and she was able to hold her own. Unfortunate that she had to retire into the pit lane, but it looks like, so it's your fault. LOL. No. Come on out, Villeneuve. No. But yeah, guys, again, I do want to say I do apologize for the inconvenience of the connectivity issues that we've been experiencing. However, we are still underway. We are still getting everyone in here sorted to start this Grand Prix, and this is going to be a good one. And I'm very, very excited to see how this goes. Anything can happen. We saw in Tier 2 where there was a few incidents. Ekazer says Mondi and Lucifer, aka Vigilant. Well, there you go. Chaos Root says I agree. No, hold on. It's not my fault that we're having this. I was able to hold off championship contenders and generally faster drivers yesterday. Yeah, I saw you out there, Mason. You were really holding your own. A lot of these Tier 3 drivers showing the Tier 2 drivers how it's done. But yeah, it was a lot of good racing yesterday for Tier 2. If you did miss that, it will be on the Prospects eRacing League channel. However, with all of these connectivity issues now potentially out of the way, we could be looking at a race start. And I cannot wait for this, because it's been so long. It's been so long. It felt like forever that I was trying to get everything sorted over here. But with that in mind, actually, while we're waiting for the drivers to make their way in, let's actually look at the current standings for Tier 3. So currently in the lead, we have AFS Natty leading the way with 146 points. Then we have Poloski in second, 101 points. Lucifer Shahid in third with 91 points. Then Monster in fourth with 86 points. Voice of Chris in fifth with 80 points. Panaman Gaming, he's in sixth with 53 points. T. De Silva in seventh with 36 points. Craigie in eighth with 32 points. And then tied for ninth is going to be Villeneuve and Mason, both with 24 points. And then with that, making up the top 10, let's move on to the constructors. The curse of the Ferraris continue as they are at the bottom of the field, but leading the way is going to be the Alfa Romeo with 167 points. Then we have the McLaren with 151, Mercedes 115. Then we have AlphaTauri 83, and then Aston Martin with 86. Okay, so if that's an issue, hold on. Okay, so it looks like Aston Martin's in 4th with 86, AlphaTauri's in 5th with 83, Alpine in 6th with 67, then we have Williams in 7th with 51, then comes Red Bull 39, Haas 37, and unfortunately for the Ferrari, 29 points to their name. of course, guys, I do want to remind everyone back at home that please give everyone plenty of time to put on their setup, get their strategy, get everything sorted. Please remember to do that. So guys, just to make sure everyone, please remember, give enough time for the drivers like yourself, yourself and around you to put on their setups, get their fuel allocations, get their tire compounds, get everything sorted. But with that in mind, we're just waiting for everyone. We're just waiting for it to say ready up and get green lights out there. Do want to remind everyone that this is, if you guys are just queuing in, welcome to the Prospects eRacing League Tier 3, Round 9, here at Hungary, at the Hungaroring for Prospects. I'm very, very excited. I'm fortunate, about the what's it called? The internet connection issues. It's like me trying to, like stuttering. It's like that type of issue as well. It's like lagging all over the place. But yeah, hopefully we won't be experiencing that in the actual race. And it looks like we got ready up underway. Everyone, please remember to give everyone plenty of time to put on their setups. Actually, I'm gonna say it. Yep, so everyone, please remember to put on their setups, put on your pit strategies, make sure you get everything sorted. Just to remind you guys, I've said it multiple times, just to make sure. Let's finish Plan E in the race now. Plan E, okay. And it looks like it's a nice dry day and someone automatically went in. They forgot to put on their setup. Oh, okay guys, we might have a special addition to the party, to the comms box, guys. If I'm able to get him in here real quick, we might actually have Owen giving himself a little bit of a appearance. Just trying to get him in, guys, so you're just gonna see a blue screen until and it looks like we're just waiting for the drivers to get themselves sorted for the race start. It looks like it's a nice dry start to this race. Let's get everybody started. And we have him in. Owen, how you doing, my man? Owen?
Oh, sorry, I had you on mute. I had my mic
No
on.
worries.
I'm very good, thank you. You alright?
Yeah, I've been panicking, my mate.
No worries. She's bloody lobby, mate, and stuff like this.
Yeah,
We can all hope for it gets sorted. So, in the new game.
Yeah, honestly, I hope everything gets sorted, because I couldn't even load in or anything at all. Lucifer Shahid will be starting off the formation lap as we make our way around the Hungaroring. To remind everyone, the Hungaroring, 14 corners around this lap. All these drivers trying to give it their all, because this track is actually quite difficult, Owen, as we saw both in Tier 2 and Tier 1.
Oh, very difficult. It's so hard to overtake round here, and it can become very frustrating when racing around here, but you need your patience. So...
Yep, but let's see. A few of the Tier 3 drivers actually were here yesterday. For Tier 2, reserving. One of the names being Mason, another one being Paige Baguette as well. So they got themselves a little bit extra practice under their belt to get themselves sorted as they strap into those Formula 1 cars.
Craigie and Munster as well were in yesterday's race.
Yep, and
they should have a bit more knowledge on how it can go.
Yeah, especially when it comes to the strategies, because if I don't know if you watched it, Owen, but let's say there was a in particular driver of LZ Elbow that was able to make mediums last over 24 laps.
Wow.
Around this track, and was able to win the race at the end as well. So when Feldman and I did that yesterday. It was an extraordinary race for him. Hopefully, Monster can get himself sorted, as he's going to be the only one in the top 10 with a set of mediums, where 11th and 20th, well, actually in the bottom 10, 11th and 20th all on the set of softs. Everyone else in that bottom half on the set of mediums. So we're pretty much split even with the mediums and softs. 11 soft runners, 9 medium runners. Could be looking for an aggressive start, but let's see how this this gets underway. Let's get the party started, as I like to say. And here we go. The green lights are being flashed, waiting for it all to load in. Waiting for the right camera view, if it will give it to me. Looks like we're still waiting on something.
Come on.
Come on, Codemasters, please just work with us. We already had a glitch in the lobby. I had internet connectivity issues. Guys, what's going on? Looks like we're waiting on Panda Man to load in. Yeah, so it looks like we're waiting on Panda Man to load into the lobby. I'm not too sure what's going on here. But as it stands, we have the green lights being waved, the green flag from the steward at the end of the pit lane, waving his flag. I'm not too sure exactly what's going on here. And yeah, so it looks like it is Panda Man still trying to connect to it. Well, hopefully we can get this race sorted. I'm not too sure what's going on here.
He just need. Normally, if he just leaves and then
rejoins. Yeah. Oh, there we go. 4, 5 red lights to start this. Villeneuve gets a drive-through penalty for a jump start, and we are now underway for one lap of 35 and a huge spin with the Ferrari in the back, crashing out with Villeneuve and Voice of Chris, and that's going to be an early safety car in this race. I just saw that. Did you? I just caught on to that. Wow!
Ferrari flying around.
Yeah, so it looks like D&T Blitz, just not having the start that he would have wanted, instantly crashes into Voice of Chris and Villeneuve, and all 3 of them are now out of this race. Villeneuve is saying, "Can we restart?" To be honest with you, I don't know if everyone has that sort of time.
Oh, it's getting to the...
Yep, not too sure exactly what happened out there. I'm so confused. Looks like there was a huge mishap at the back with the Ferrari of D&T Blitz. The curse of the Ferraris continue here at Prospects eRacing League, but looks like the curse has been put on both a McLaren and a Mercedes as it stands. But with that in mind, we could say that this has been officially the slowest lap of Hungary that we've ever seen. Villeneuve says surprised when the light came on, got a penalty, then hit in the rear. Oh yeah, right. Villeneuve was the one with the drive-through penalty. And tried turning right. Oh, okay, I'm looking at this. Tried turning right to overtake the Red Bull, but he also turned right. Just an incident. Well, he's gonna have to go down to the steward, so hopefully these drivers remember to save their clips. But we're gonna be starting off with another lap of safety car, as we could be starting at the end of this lap potentially, but I think it'll be at the end of lap 3, start of lap 4 here, Owen.
Yeah, I think so. You could have a few early some of the soft runners might want to pit.
I mean, if they're at the back and they want to go, they can. Artistic Genius actually has no front wing. What happened with Artistic Genius? He has no front wing whatsoever.
I think he got caught up.
Did he get too close to Hosu? Or if, I remember someone saying in the chat his name. Let me see if I can scroll up real quick to see what his name was. No, was it Nico?
No, Nico. Blitz.
Trying to find.
Safety car in his lap. Oh, he's gonna lose out.
Oh, the safety car is in this. Oh no. Unfortunate for Artistic. Well, let's see how this goes. Hopefully we get a good start here. But Lucifer Shahid will be starting off this race, waiting for the safety car to go in, which it is now. He can go whenever he feels. Hopefully he remembered to warm up his tires as he now comes around the final corner. When is he going to go in the hammer? He's going for it now. We are back underway. Green lights on the field for the restart. Craigie is about to go side to side with AFS 90 as they enter turn 1 on the inside. Craigie trying to get the position done, and he's able to get it done. He's able to get a full car length ahead. Now it's going to be eyeing down Lucifer Shahid, but we'll have to ease off a little bit. I'm looking at a battle near the back with Domwar and Chaos Druid having themselves a little bit of a battle. Oh, and talking about Chaos Druid, he's now battling out with Yanin into turn 3 as we now make our way on the uphill. Panaman Gaming, there's actually the battle of the Alpines, and Panaman Gaming has to yield that. Oh, he's actually looking for the switchback into turn 4 and 5. No, he couldn't get it, but still a very good effort from him. Page was able to get past Hosu up to 15th, having that extra bit of confidence after that race yesterday. But now Lucifer Shahid still leads the way, with Craigie just getting the pass on Natty as they make their way down towards turn 13 and 14. Oh, and Yanin actually still having that battle with Chaos Druid, was able to take that 10th position back from Chaos Druid.
Might have gone wide a little bit because he may have had a...
Well, let's see this now. Artistic Genius had to pit, of course, for oh, and Panaman Gaming has spun around the final corner with those set of mediums and completely cuts off Hosu. But Hosu with the extraordinary evasive maneuvers to get around Panaman Gaming. A good overtake for him there with those set of mediums, but anything can still happen in this race. Still plenty of time for battles. Unfortunate for Artistic Genius not having the start that he would have wanted, and going for the set of hearts to try and make up some sort of positions, but as it stands now, Artistic Genius down to 17th.
Man's gonna make a move on Hoosh.
Oh, and you can see that with him glitching about there, just really struggling to get past. But it looks like, yeah, it's not good at all. It's not good at all. But hopefully it gets fixed as soon as possible, because these drivers are still giving it their all. We're now looking up the field, and I see a yellow flag being waved. It looked like Mellow Space had himself a little bit of a spin as he falls down a little bit. Panaman Gaming was able to get past Hosu, as we just missed out on. We're now looking at Yanin, right on the tail end of Domwar as they make their way around the exit. DRS has now been enabled. They won't be able to use it though, because the only DRS zone is after the final corner. So until then, it's just a drag race and time trials to see who is going to be the one to make up some positions. Lucifer Shahid now leading the way by over a second off of Craigie. So that Mercedes just having a huge gap now, as he's been pretty dominant in the recent races.
One of the big gainers in all this hasn't moved much position. I think he's dropped one position. Is Munster there? He's in 8th position. Only a few seconds off the leader, but on his mediums, so he's got a very good chance here of stealing the victory if he can keep it straight and not get any penalties.
Well, he's been doing it very well so far. And
Medium
timing
to
that
hards is a very strong strategy around here.
Yep, but as we did see yesterday, mediums were able to last a super long distance. But Monster now right on the tail end of Mark 7 God. Let's see if he can get the position. Domwar getting close to that battle as well. With the DRS, we could be looking at seeing a few positions being made. Mark 7 trying to get a wide line to get a little bit of momentum on the exit there. But the DRS is just way too strong. Monster now going to get the overtake into 7th. Is Dalmor going to get it as well? He's going to battle out side to side into turn 1. A little bit of contact between those two drivers. But Dalmor was able to come on top and move up to 8th. A double overtake. Well, actually, it's not really a double overtake. It's more like a double loss for Mark 7 God, as he lost 2 positions. And that's what I was talking about. The DRS is so strong here. But let's see now with the tires, the front 6 currently on 5 lap old softs. Yanin is actually into the pit lane, actually exiting out of the pit lane, I should say, now on a set of mediums. But Monster still a very good start for him. And I gotta say, Paige not having the start that she would have wanted. She was pretty high up there at the end of qualifying, but it's now down to 12th. Looks like a little bit of an incident through turn 1. It was pretty compact, I gotta say, but luckily not much damage was occurred during that. But Natty could be catching Craigie out into turn 14. Let's see, we'll be having DRS. We're gonna go on board with Craigie just to see how powerful that is as they make their way down. Craigie trying to swerve on the track, break the slipstream, but Natty doesn't need it, or probably would need it, as they now go side to side. Craigie on the inside, Natty on the outside now, has more DRS to up his sleeve, and now into turn 2, has the position on the inside, but Craigie breaks a little bit later on the outside, now on the inside, and he's able to hold the position. Oh, but we have a spin.
What a move.
We have a spin up ahead with Mark 7 God. Looks like he had a spin around turn 1, so unfortunate for him. But that has got to be a very good... That's good defense there from Craigie.
Lovely stuff there from Craigie.
Oh,
Good
he gets a little bit wide.
Oh.
He gets a little bit wide there. Natty's going to try and get a pass now, which he's able to. Oh, it goes off the track a little bit. And then Pulowski's going to try and answer back, but has to yield and slot right behind the Red Bull. But if you were Natty, would you have wanted to get the position that quickly? Because now Craigie will be having the DRS into the finishing straight. Ooh, as he takes a super wide line there. He's struggling with the braking zones, as you can tell. So, actually, Natty could be holding on to that position. And Pulowski could be looking at getting a position of his own. Gets a really fast exit there. But, let's see. 4 tenths, 3 tenths, 2 tenths. It's not going to be enough. We'll still have a little bit more DRS on the exit here. Natty gets a little bit of a wide line. 2 tenths, 1 tenth. But he's not going to be able to get it. Could be looking at a switchback here. Was able to do it earlier, but we have a crash on the field, and that's going to be Yanin, and that's going to be another safety car. Let's see the damage. We're currently on board with Artistic Genius to see exactly what happened there. And yeah, you can see on the left side, got a little bit of oversteer potentially into the wall for Yanin, and now he is out of this race. Hungary already taking out 4 drivers of this race. One of them actually being because of the curse of the Ferraris.
You can go hards from now. You can pit and go hards.
Unless you're Les Elbow, and you can probably do mediums. If you're Les Elbow, you can do mediums.
Oh, it's one of those. Will there be another safety car? It's so hard to tell. Last night we were all crying out for one, and we didn't get it until the final 6 laps.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. I remember that as well. There was like a few incidents out there.
Yeah.
And
we had about 3 cars that properly binned it on track. No safety car, and then it was the final one, like 6-7 laps towards the end. Finally gets the safety car.
But now Monster, starting on those set of mediums, he will now lead this race after staying out. And he's done very well keeping those mediums nice and clean, let's say. His teammate now out, he will be carrying his team of Aston Martin on his back for the rest of this race, as he will also be leading the safety car restart. And with it being the pit stops now, let's see what tire compounds everyone is going for. And I haven't seen so many hard compounds out of the pit lane in my life. Look how many hard compounds we're seeing here.
It's the only way if they're going to try and battle the mediums that have started, well, the guys that have started on the mediums.
It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. And I like how Paige sent into the chat, this is exactly why she doesn't qualify. Well, she's now up to 11th place, so a good start for her. But, well, actually, no, because she started up ahead a little bit, didn't she?
I think she started
in
6th, 7th, somewhere around there.
Yep. And with that being a pit stop, it's gonna mess up her her position there.
Yeah.
So that's why she says that she doesn't qualify.
To be fair, Hungary is a very, very specific for Hungary. It's not like this on most of the tracks on the calendar. So.
Yeah, Hungary is very difficult to tame. Let's say. It's very difficult to tame the beast of Hungary on the track, but so far 4 drivers are out. One of them actually one of them was the result of the safety car. The other 3 for the first safety car after D&T Blitz got the door shut on him by a Red Bull, from what he says, and completely loses it and spins right into Voice of Chris and Villeneuve, as it's a triple knockout for that Red Bull driver. I don't know who it was. And if you guys are hearing that, my brother is just shouting in the background. He's probably playing some Rainbow Six Siege. He's like, oh my god! Why? But with that being said, though, Owen, what would you say? Like, you've had experience on this track from yesterday. Which corner would you say is the most difficult corner to get correct?
Oh, see, I struggled in sector 2. My sector 2, I just struggled.
Was that the chicane or?
Yeah, the turn 4. I didn't really. The uphill left-hander, I just found it. I didn't push myself, because you can either run too wide too much and accumulate a lot of penalties, warnings, and then, or you can lose the rear on there as well, and then find yourself sliding everywhere. And then through these sectors as well, just didn't enjoy sector 2. Sector 1 I really enjoyed. Nowhere really that I didn't enjoy there. And sector 3, got to be a bit careful not to get power down too early around these last couple of corners, especially the corner we're coming into now. Yeah,
because we did see that. We did see that yesterday as well. There was someone that crashed out right on this final corner, and especially with it being the final corner on the inside, it kind of surprises you how it was no safety car. But without that being said, yeah, Monster is going to be restarting this. Natty and Craigie still continuing their battle into turn 1. Hard compound versus hard compound. Who's going to be the one to come out on top? Oh, what happened there with Monster? Monster mistiming the braking zone there, and now falls down to 3rd, side to side now with AFS Natty as they make their way. Those old mediums could be struggling a little bit. Doesn't look like it though. He's able to get the position. A little bit of contact between him and AFS Natty, and Natty is now in the wall. You gotta hate to see that. Oh, and who's that now? Craigie is gone now as well. And he's lost his front wing, and that's what you're talking about earlier with that corner, turn 4. And with those hards, you really got to have them warmed up for that corner. Very difficult if you don't have them warmed up. But Monster now with that spin, a little bit of contact between him and Natty as they make contact on turn 3. Craigie got overtaken by Artix the Genius now without that front wing.
I think Natty's got a bit of damage, I think.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think they do definitely have
Just
some damage.
side damage, yeah, 90.
No. Oh, and Hosu is had a little bit of a hiccup. Paige though is looking on the inside of Panaman Gaming. Is she gonna get past? She gets the dive in into turn one, and she's able to make it stick. She's now up to 8th place. So a good resurgence for Paige. But now Panda's going to try and answer back. A little bit of contact, I do believe, between the two drivers. As you can see, Pandaman is now slipping down, spinning around turn 2. And we actually saw something exactly like that yesterday as well. We saw two people battling it out at the front as well. A little bit of contact on the inside and the outside. And one of them just spun around that corner. Not hitting the wall though, which is luckily. But let's see now. We have this very close battle with Pandaman and Artistic Genius at the back. But we have a better battle up the front. Looks like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 way battle for the race lead. And Pulowski could be breaking that battle, as he is struggling behind the long medium runner of Monster. But now the race control comes back in. DRS has been re-enabled. And we could be looking at a few overtakes. Mason is going to look on the inside into turn 1. Took a lot of that curb going off of the track there. I won't be surprised if there's a warning for that line there. But Mason now still right behind the McLaren of Pulowski as they make their way now towards turn 3 and now the dreaded turn 4. Uphill right-handed. We actually saw in a real life scene, Owen, if you can flash back to it, in the real life scene of Formula 1 where we saw Esteban Ocon and I think Sebastian Vettel make their way into the podiums here, if I do remember correctly. Fernando Alonso just really defending Lewis Hamilton like a true champion.
Oh, don't. Oh, this is good. Oh, she's come around. This is going to be funny because one of the races I didn't watch, and it was one of the most exciting races last season, was Hungary. Didn't watch it, and Clement Pheasant will hear this out. He goes, every time I watch an F1 race, it's boring. Says,
so basically, it's the one. So basically,
the one race I didn't watch because I was at work, it ended up being fun. So Clement always said to me, "Don't watch the race. Don't watch the race. The race will be fun." So yeah, I missed it all virtually. I was at work.
Oh, look at Mason though! What a dive there from Mason on the inside as he was able to get past Pulowski. A desperate dive there from the Williams driver, but was able to make it stick. A little bit of contact with the rubbers, but still a clean overtake, clean racing over the field. We now have Chaos Druid trying to defend against Mark 7 God around turn 2 as well as they carry on that battle. But yeah, back to that whole thing about like it's kind of like what would you call them? It's like a conspiracy type of thing. And yeah. I've actually had the same sort of thing on my end. When I was in middle school, I could easily walk home, but it would be a lot safer to catch the bus because there wasn't really any sidewalks on that road, so I could be hit like multiple times. But it's like, Justin, go walk down the street, go walk home, and then the bus will come around the corner. Because every single time I try to start walking home, the bus would come right around the corner and pick up those guys, and then they're banging on the windows as they pass me as I'm walking. It's hilarious.
Oh, classic.
Yeah, but you get that with a lot of stuff. Even with like football chants, they just like, have you heard of the chant? He's got a plant pot on his head.
Yeah.
I remember in high school actually, we would always sing that and it would score for some reason. The coach would put a plant pot on his head and we would score just because of that chant.
Nice.
I gotta find that picture actually. But I'm waffling too much. We're back here at Prospect eRacing. Mason gets a 3-second time penalty. And let's actually see how many penalties we have out on the track for the time being. All of these drivers with 3 seconds. With Mason Tilmo, Chaos Druid, Craigie, and also Hosu. all in 3 seconds. Have to serve. Oh, I'm getting heartburn. Served it at the end of the race.
Just on board. MK's been AI quite a lot, so not sure why, but he's back now. So
Probably having some glitches on his end potentially.
yeah.
But let's see this now. Chaos Druid is right on the tail end now of Dalmor. Dalmor won't be having DRS at all, and he's on the set of hards. Chaos Druid on the set of mediums. He needs to get past as quick as possible, because those mediums are going to deteriorate quicker because of that dirty air as they now make their way around. But Tilmo is able to get past T De Silva as well into turn 1. And T De Silva is trying to pull the switch back, but with Tilmo, with those set of softs and the DRS, is able to keep that position. Chaos Druid now making a seriously ambitious dive into turn 1, missing the braking zone completely, and is now out of DRS distance as they now make their way down towards turn 2. But now up on the field, T De Silva still trying to eye down Tilmo to steal back that 5th place position, as Tom Moore has crashed out on turn 3. And that's going to be a VSC. Could be upgraded to a safety car as we pass by. The car is off the track. Yep, and there you go, right there. Yep, and it's still a VSC out on the track, so it's going to help out with the fuel of these drivers if they ever decided to underfuel. But with that in mind, let's actually get a quick rundown of the drivers. So currently still leading the way is going to be Lucifer Shahid. Monster is actually entering the pit lane now with Mason in 3rd, Pavlovsky in 4th, Tilmo in 5th, T De Silva in 6th, Page, well actually Page will be moved up to 6th. Then we have Chaos Druid in 7th, Mark 7 God in 8th, then we have Panaman will be in 9th, Mellow Spaced in 10th. And then we could be looking at Monster being in 11th as he's exiting out of the pit lane. But this is actually good for him. He practically got a free pit stop here.
Yeah.
Oh, or is he? No, he's actually ahead.
Oh, you gotta be careful.
Oh, he's got it though. He was able to hold on to it. He is ahead of Panama Gaming and Mellow Space. He came out on a set of hearts. So those going to give a few laps to heat up a little bit. Panaman trying to get past there, but just couldn't get it done. But Monster now rejoins the track in 9th place. Let's see how this is going to develop. Artistic Genius into the pit lane as well. Looks like Hosu's intervals is glitched on my end. I'm not too sure if it is for you as well. Oh, no, never mind. There you go.
Yeah.
But let's see this now. Mason is trying to eye down Lucifer Shahid. The DRS, I think DRS is enabled, if I do remember correctly, since it was only a VSC. We won't be seeing it with Mason because he's now entering the pit lane as Pavlovsky's coming around the final corner. And I do gotta say though, because I've actually raced at this track actually in my beginning season. It was my first ever track where I actually did good here. In a different league, and I gotta say, I felt just like Patty Pat when I finished in 7th, so I didn't get as good as a result, but I felt like Patty Pat once I finished that race. I was like, yes, come on! But we could be actually seeing Lucifer celebrate early on.
That's how it was a couple weeks ago in when I got my 2nd in Canada, so absolutely screaming down my mic when I got that.
Yep. and literally, like, you put your mic so close when you scream where it sounds like this, and then it sounds like like you're in like a Call of Duty Black Ops 2 lobby on Xbox 360 type of thing. Like where it was the real toxicity, like really bad. But back at it now, we're actually looking at a 3-way battle for 7th place with Chaos Druid, Monster, and Panaman Gaming. As Monster is still pushing his way through. Oh, and a slide there for Chaos Druid. Mistiming the braking zone there. Has a little bit of a slip. And then Panaman trying to go around the outside as we're currently looking at Monster's POV. Tilmo goes into the pit lane. Looks like he had a little bit of a spin, but Paige is now going to find herself in the podium positions. And I believe with those set of mediums, she's able to last the rest of this race with those set of mediums. So if Paige gets a podium, this will be a huge, huge recovery drive for her as well. But let's see this now. Can T De Silva answer back? Because he's been pushing for a long time on those set of mediums. And if we saw anything like Alzed Albo making around 25 laps of mediums last until a late safety car call. Extraordinary scenes, I gotta say. But now... Okay, so it looks like Panama Gaming did get past Chaos Druid. And you get ready to see now, Monster and Panaman's gap now is up to 2 seconds. So, like, Monster, we didn't even, like, it wasn't too long since we covered Monster's overtake on Chaos Druid. So... You can already see that Monster is going at it with those set of hearts. He needs to make up some sort of gap if he wants to end this race in the podium, because right now he is around 11 seconds behind Paige, if I have counted correctly.
Roundabouts, yeah, I think. About 13, I think.
About 13? Okay. But let's see this now. Well, hey,
I'm terrible at maths as well.
We're commentators, we're not mathematicians.
Yeah.
But we'll leave that to the people in the office. But with that in mind though, with it being 20 laps, who would you say has impressed you the most here, Owen?
Oh, to be fair, Lucifer's had an excellent race, you know. He's hasn't really faulted at all. Driven a strong race. Only the ones to make a few jumps. Paige has done really well. Paige Baguette there, she's done excellent. She's always back in last season in Tier 2. She was always the what would you say? What would you call it? Sort of always coming from behind, from the back to get onto the podium.
She was always the
clean.
Yep.
Clean racer, you know, and consistent, not getting penalties, so she'd always find her way onto the podium.
Yeah, I always call her Mrs. Consistent, and I do have approval for that name as well. But yeah, I've known Paige in like other leagues as well, and she replicates what she does here in those leagues as well. Clean racing, doesn't really get into many battles, but when she does, she holds her own. Able to make up positions if the gap is there, keeping a clean race. Not really many time penalties for her, giving the name Miss Consistent. But yeah, always a good drive, and she always puts on the show no matter what.
And another one there is T De Silva's made some great, done really well this race. I know he's had a few, not got many points recently, if I remember on the standings, but he's had a strong race here. If you just keep pushing, he might be able to get that podium.
Yeah, well, he's got to keep on pushing. He did lose out to Paige earlier on, so it looks like that he's going to pretty much just try and aim to nurse those set of mediums to make them last the rest of this race, because it's going to be a huge, huge order for him, as we now have 15 laps left of this race. Could be, actually, no, we'll have 14 laps once Lucifer Shahid crosses the line. But with that in mind, we're looking at Monster and Mason. Monster giving Mason a little bit of a nudge on the tail end there, as we now make our way towards turn 12 and 13 here. This long sweeping left-hander right before the pit entry. Let's see, is Monster going to be able to get the position now on those set of hearts? He's struggling to keep the grip, taking a wider line to get a little bit of momentum on the exits of the corners, but it's going to be losing out a few tenths. And with that, DRS will be making it up, but it's not going to be enough to try and have a battle for that position. Has the DRS once again as we make our way down towards turn 2. Is Monster going to get it? Not right now. The gap is now up to a second, and now almost over a second. So it looks like Monster giving Mason a little bit of a nudge on the diffuser. Basically told Mason to just go a little bit faster out there, keep up the pace, and try and get away from the monster that is Monster in 6th place. But let's see this now. Oh, and Monster did collect a little bit of the grass on the exit there. That could be giving Panda Man an opportunity to catch up. And you can see with that slight bit of dirt on those set of rubbers, he's struggling a little bit with traction around turn 11 now, going completely off, using all of that runoff area. But doesn't look like there's many battles on the field, Owen. So do we have any...
He's spaced out.
Yeah, it's pretty spaced out, but Tita Silva now enters the pit lane, so it looks like his mediums are over. It looks like he's probably going to go with a set of softs potentially, or another set of mediums. He's going with another set of mediums.
Surprising. I thought he could get to the end surely.
Oh, and Monster's going into the pit lane for a set of mediums of his own as well. I guess the
you might as well stay out.
I guess
he's
got wing damage as well, yeah. But I guess the heat here at Hungary, because yesterday it was quite cool actually. It was pretty cloudy, not many like shadows over the field, so it was pretty hot. Oh, it was pretty hot here today, but really chilled out yesterday. So it does actually help out with the tire wear. But as you can see, those brakes, you can actually see the brake discs just go glowing hot as they're trying to use those brakes to the full potential. But in these hot conditions, those brakes really need to find a easy way to cool off. But now Tita Silva with those new set of mediums is still gonna eye down Mellow Space, and I'm actually gonna go on board with Mellow Space and just check out to see how close that battle can get as they now make their way around turn 12. Oh, and Mason's into the pit lane as well. So it looks like the rubbers out there, the medium runners, are really struggling with the traction here. As Panda Man Gaming goes up to 4th. Oh, look at Tita Silva. Tita Silva with the DRS, with the ERS. Doesn't even need the slipstream. He's able to get past Mellow Space up to 5th place. But now this just makes you question the medium runner of Paige. Her tires are currently 14 laps old, and that is when we see also Mark 7 God into the pit lane. So do you think Paige is actually trying to nurse those set of mediums to end this race on, or potentially go with a set of softs to try and get a fastest lap?
To be fair, she's got nothing to lose. She might as well stay out. Worst case scenario is she may have to pit 5 laps towards the end to go on a set of softs, but yeah, if you're in 3rd, for me, and yeah, you would just push the mediums to the end, see if you can get them there.
Well, let's see if he's going to do it. Tilmo just got himself a 3-second time penalty.
She's going in. Paige pits. Oh
yep,
no, that's Panda Man.
Yep, that's Panda Man. So Panda Man on the set of hards, 10 laps left to go. Now this is like with 10 laps, it's kind of like it's like that middle spot to where you think, oh, is it actually medium runs or soft runs? But Panda Man is going to go on the red compounds. He's going to go on the softs. Let's see if it will prevail for him. But the thing is, Paige needs to decide, is she gonna stay out on those set of mediums and make them last the rest of this race, or is she gonna go into the pit lane? Because with this time now, Tita Silva is catching up to her by the 10th in each corner, so she really needs to decide with Jeff, is she gonna go in or is she gonna stay out? It's a tough order here. She might get undercut off from Tita Silva, who's currently coming around turn 7. Oh, but I'm looking at this now. At the battle up the front, Polovsky does have the DRS with the old set of hearts. And you can see Lucifer trying to break the slipstream. Paige does get the pit stop. But let's see, is Polovsky going to be able to get into the race lead? No, he will not. He will stay right behind into turn 1, probably around turn 2. Gets a little bit of a wider exit there. Opens the rear wing flap. But it's not going to be able to do it. We're not going to go on board with HDE Baguette on those set of softs. She's going to exit out of the pit lane. Will it be ahead of Tita Silva? And it will. And she goes for the set of softs. So she'll be a lot faster Then T to Silva on the exit. Mason has just gotten the fastest lap, a 119.144 for him.
This is huge for Pawlowski. He can really gain some points back on Natty. With Natty currently at points. Just looking at the standings there, and Pawlowski is 42 points behind in the championship. So he can really claw some points back if he can get that win. Even in second spot, he'll still get a good amount of points. But want to try and get the full potential and get the maximum 25.
Well, he does have the DRS. The only thing is, he's really struggling with the dirty air of Lucifer Shahid. As you can see, he will have the DRS. The rear flap is open on the long DRS straight, but it's just not going to be enough. The gap does come down to around 4 or 5 tenths, and then increases up to 8 tenths after Pawlowski gets a little bit of a messed up corner around turn 1. Battle for P1 brewing. Yep, let's keep pushing. Equays is saying keep pushing Lucifer to see if he can keep that race lead. We're actually now going to check. Oh, and Craigie is out of this race. Craigie is out of this race, and that is a safety car. Around turn 11 as well. So we're currently on board with Mark 7 God to see exactly what happened there. In the middle of the track as well for Craigie.
Lucifer and Pawlowski are going to have to pit, or otherwise they're going to have Page on those softs right behind them.
Yep, and Mellow Space gets a drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car period. And it's pretty much, it's not exactly what we saw. It's actually what we should have saw yesterday with the amount of safety cars. However, we do have a last-second call-in for the safety car, and Page could be looking at a potential overtake at the beginning of this, but two big names ahead of her, Pawlowski and Lucifer Shahid.
Lucifer pits, so does Pawlowski, yeah. Right thing to do. I think everyone should be going on to softs, really. Giving them the best fighting chance to get the highest position.
Yep, and Paige needs to get around these last corners quickly to see if she can take the race lead here. She's coming around the final corner now. Lucifer Shahid is able to get past Pawlowski into the pit lane, but she's not going to be able to get it though. She's too far back. So that pit stop really helped out Lucifer Shahid and Pawlowski. But Tita Silva goes into the pit lane now. Oh, he's on a set of mediums. Yeah. Same with Mellow Space. Mellow Space will still have to serve a drive-through penalty once he exits out. Well, actually, once the safety car goes into the pit lane, so Mellow Space might as well just follow that pit car into the pit lane as well. But yeah, what an ending we're about to witness here.
Natty doesn't pit. Natty stays out.
Well, this is actually good for him.
I suppose it calls back as much points
as possible. Yeah.
He could be a sitting duck though on those last few laps, because those mediums are going to be slow compared to those soft runners.
Yep, and it looks like potentially when it comes to the end of this race, he could be in puncture range, because with those set of mediums in these hot conditions, I think the puncture range will be around maybe 19 or 18 laps. So it's going to be close for him. It's going to be very, very close to see if he can nurse those mediums and keep the positions. But
it's not too late for him to pit now. If he did, I think it still keeps him in the points.
But let's see if he's going to be greedy. One person I do gotta say that I'm actually surprised not being in the top 4 right now is gonna be Monster. Started on the set of mediums, led the safety car, and the safety cars around just really messed up his pit strategy, as he's now down into 10th place. But with this being a late safety car call here, Owen, one thing I do like to do is have a commentator's driver of the day. And of course, yesterday went down to LZ Albo for making those mediums last as long as possible. So, if you would say one person in this race, who would you give it to?
At the moment, there's about 3 or 4 of them I can give across to say generally he's had a good race. I can't count. I can't. Well, I mean, I can't say at the moment because it may depend on who wins the race. Lucifer and Pulowski has done really well where they are, kept themselves out of trouble, driven superbly, but then you got T, De Silva and Page that have driven good races as well. And Mason, he's made a lot of spaces up from his earlier stuff.
Yeah, but that time penalty is really going to mess him up.
Yeah, it will. So there's a few of them that are... I can't decide. Let's see how... I'll say, ask me on the last lap, and I'll have an idea.
Alright, but if I'm going to... It's between two drivers. It's between Lucifer Shahid for having such a dominant race, but also for Paige Baguette. Mainly because she believed that her race was over after the first few safety cars.
Yeah.
Now is given another opportunity to get her way even higher on the podium. Of course, she would have been guaranteed that third place if the safety car didn't come out. However, just to keep that right mentality, to keep your head down at the wheel and look forward on the track and just keep focused with that positive mentality, is very, very difficult after seeing like something like really mess up your race.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like yesterday. These late safety cars really do throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah, it really, really does.
As a driver, you're calling for it. You're calling for it, and especially if your driver is a race not gone your way, great. But then sometimes, as watching it like I am now, I'm thinking, well, there's already been a lot of drama already.
Pretty much, yeah.
We could have a lot more drama with this restart. So, yeah.
Well, let's see how this is going to turn out.
Sometimes safety cars can cause just more bad than good sometimes. So I find.
Yeah, that is fair. But one person that could be messing up Natty's chance of getting back into this race is going to be Hosu, who's currently in between, currently left in this race, behind Mason, ahead of Natty. So Natty will be having to work past two cars to make up one position.
Oh, and Hosu's broken his wing. He's just gone into the back of Mason.
Oh no, so he's going to go into the pit lane. Safety car is now in this lap. I don't know if he got a 5-second time penalty for that collision under safety car. Does not look like it. If I was him, I would have just pulled off to the side, let everyone through on that exit. Oh, another collision.
Back of Mason again.
Another collision. Yeah. Could be looking at a potential disqualification if it keeps going like this, but as it stands now, the safety car is in this lap. Lucifer can go whenever he feels. Pulowski right on the tail end.
Bosch has got a pit. Come on, pit. You're going to get in the way of people. He's got no wing. Oh my god.
But we are back underway. Green flags over the field. Lucifer Shahid has been caught up by Pulowski. Pulowski's trying to shoot on the inside. Couldn't get past. Natty wants them to have that battle just so she can catch up with the pack a little bit. Mason is right on the tail end. T, De Silva, and Natty having themselves a little bit of a battle because of Hosu messing up a little bit with those blue flags. We'll be missing out. EKs are also questioning Hosu's strategy with that. But now we are still going through with this race. Paige is trying to get on the tail end of Pulowski. We have a spin around, I do believe.
T's got to keep it calm. Keep within 5/10 of Natty, and he'll get him on the straight. Natty's mediums aren't going to be lasting much longer. Oh, and Lucifer gets pen.
Lucifer has just gotten a 3-second time penalty, and that could be ruining his chances of a podium position. It's definitely guaranteed that he will be losing his race win with that, unless Pulowski and Paige get a time penalty of their own. But Pulowski is keeping it clean. Natty doesn't, not really opt to getting a time penalty, even though getting it yesterday after battling out with someone. I think that's like the only way. Oh, Tita Silva and Natty. Tita Silva on the inside with those new set of softs is able to get past Natty. And look at this now. Pulowski is starting to ease off of Lucifer Shahid.
He knows he can relax.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you were Pulowski, you would want to stay within that 1 second to get the DRS, because without that, that's going to be giving Paige the opportunity to get the overtake here and close in on that gap. But let us see how this is going to go, if there's going to be a spanner in the works. Is Paige going to go up? Actually, she's about to lose out of the DRS distance. She needs to keep that pace, get ahead, and get past Pulowski, and that race win will be hers. But Pulowski is starting to ease off a little bit. I don't know if he has something going on, but his pace has been really, really slow off of that safety car restart. I don't know if he slowed down or Lucifer Shahid just went all out. Whoa.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be careful. It's 1.8 now. If he goes slow anymore, he could.
Yep, and I'm now looking at the back with Monster and Panaman Gaming. Monster's trying to get around the outside of Panaman into turn 1. It's difficult to do around the outside, especially with turn 1 there. It has to go off into the runoff area. Panaman will now have to have that battle with AFS Natty just ahead. But, so far, a pretty good ending to this race. 3 laps left to go around the circuit. Let's get this going. David Boyer saying, let's go, Pulowski. We have Ekazer saying, keep pushing Lucifer. So it's a little bit of mixed fan base in the comments.
I don't know,
Yeah, but Pulowski is really slowing down. The gap is now 2.4.
I really am confused why Pulowski is slowing down. He's had the speed to keep with him all race within 5 tenths to a second of Lucifer. Now all of a sudden he's slowing down. He may have damage, who knows, we don't know, but
yeah, I don't see any visible damage, but now Pulowski,
I think. Nope.
Oh, but right now Pulowski is out of the 3-second gap. Lucifer Shahid has regained the lead of this race as he has increased the gap now over 3 seconds. Paige needs to get past. 2 laps left to go around Hungary for Prospect eRacing League. A spin around with Mark 7 God just not having the race that he would have wanted. AFS Natty is now down to 9th. After being overtaken.
Worse for Natty.
Yep, and he's actually battling out with Tilmo as it stands up right now. Oh. But Tilmo was able to get past.
Yeah, I think he could have got, if he'd have pitted for the softs earlier on for that safety car. He had the speed to overtake drivers.
Yeah, but now look at the gap between Pulowski and Lucifer Shahid now. 3.6 seconds. So if it stays like this, Lucifer Shahid will be taking away the win. But now coming around the final corner to start off the final lap, the white flag is being flagged. The white flag being flagged, the white flag being waved, and the next one will be checkered if Lucifer Shahid will be able to get this. Pulowski 4.2 seconds behind. Paige only like less than 2 seconds behind Pulowski. She needs to get past, but just couldn't get it done into turn 1 now. Still plenty of laps, still plenty of turns to go. I was about to say laps, Jesus. I've been saying laps so many times with the white flag on the final lap, blah blah blah. I got it on my mind now. But let's see who is going to be the one to make up some positions. Tilmo is right on the tail end of Monster. Monster was able to get up to 7th place for the time being. Tita Silva will be getting past Mason after Mason serving that time penalty. Pulowski needs to get within those 3 seconds to get the race win. Doesn't look like he will get it though. He's really struggling here. And we're about to end this race. We're going to go now on board with Lucifer Shahid. He's done everything he needed to do Gave himself a little bit more of a challenge with that time penalty, but will be coming across the line. Final corner, turn 14. Lucifer Shahid has done it. He's done everything he needed to do today to take the checkered flag and win here at Hungary for Prospects eRacing League Tier 3, Round 9. Extraordinary for him. Pulowski and Page also make up the podium positions. Extraordinary. T. De Silva makes his way up to 4th after Mason serving that time penalty. Panaman Gaming with a huge gap. I don't know what happened there with his glitch, as he now falls down the pecking order.
Oh wow. Oh, there we go, we have a glitch. Another glitch.
Yep, another glitch there for Panaman Gaming, as it's always been. But with that in mind, AFS Nutty finishes in 6th place, still leading the Drivers' Championship, but not a race that he would want to remember too fondly. But that...
Didn't Natty get 6th? Oh, because of penalties.
Yeah, because the penalties of the drivers ahead. There was like 3 drivers ahead of him that had penalties there. But we're still waiting on Hosu, who's coming across the final line now. Put a spanner in the works off of that safety car restart. Held off Natty. Could have given Natty a 5th place position if he didn't hold him off. But Natty with those old mediums couldn't get it done. But Lucifer Shahid is your winner here tonight for Prospects eRacing League. Pulowski and Page making up the podium. And let's say this now, Owen, I've been waiting. Who is your driver of the day?
Oh, it's going to be Lucifer for me. It has to be. He's driven beautifully all race and dominant performance. And that's my driver of the day.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Having a pure dominant race, led from the start till the end, led air-free safety car, had all of the aces up his sleeve, and he's able to get the top step. But a good shout for Pulowski, good shout for Page, and also a good shout, I gotta say, for Monster. Unfortunate with the result that he had at the end. However, still a good result with the situation that he's been put in. But that is going to be it for Prospects eRacing League for Tier 3. And we'll be back here, I believe, tomorrow for the Academy, if I'm correct, Owen?
No, not tomorrow. Next week. Be back for the Academy. So...
Oh, okay. Well, that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. If anything, we'll be back next week, Monday. And I'm trying to find the calendar real quick, the race schedule. Here we go. So, we just finished ourselves at Hungary. Next week, we will be at Spa-de-Francorchamps, the Belgian Grand Prix. Let's see how these drivers take it. Can Lucifer Shahid get the back-to-back win? We'll soon find out next week. Thank you, Owen, for coming into the comments box late. Late call. It was a late call and issues at the beginning with the internet. So again, apologize for that at the beginning. But at least we're able to still see some good racing for Prospects eRacing League. Thanks again, Owen. We'll be here next week for Belgium. We'll see you there next time. Lots of love. Stay safe.
Thank you. See you later, guys.